Hey there YouTube, it's Gundam73 making another episode of Knife Talk, and today we're going to be talking about traditional and modern knives sort of together, against each other, compared to each other, etc. Now really, it boils down first off to what you like in a knife, these knives here, the Buck and the Cold Steel, are roughly the same price, yet they're vastly different in terms of style and everything basically. Even though they're both knives, that's about the only thing they have in common. I mean, something like this slip joint, I mean, it's two-hand opening. There's no lock. I mean, it's not very threatening, just nice, but the ergos aren't insanely nice, but it does cut very well. And then you have something like this Cold Steel for the same price. I mean, you get a much bigger knife, you get one-hand opening, you get that sort of tactical, hard use kind of knife styling. You get an insanely strong lock and better steel, whole nine yards. They're completely different from each other. And there's going to be people who say, oh well, the new knife is better because it's the newest thing and it locks and it has all this other better stuff. And some people will say, oh well, this slip joint is better because it's it's simple, it's classic. And really, I mean, I don't think anyone should just straight up not get either. I mean, I like both. I do have more tactical knives in my collection. I want to get more slip joints, but it's just a matter of time, really. I mean, I really like this Buck, and it does everything I want a slip joint to do. It's the right size and pattern and whatnot. So, I mean, for me right now, this is pretty good, But it just boils down to use. I mean, like, for a slip joint, you can go really small, for a traditional knife, like this Buck Lancer. This has a 2-inch blade, and it's very tiny and lightweight and still pretty sharp, And then the interesting thing nowadays, in my opinion, is sort of these knives that sort of blend between traditional and modern. Like one that does that, in my opinion, is this Boker EXK2. What is it? Is it a modern knife or is it, traditional? It has a nail nick, has smooth G10, has a simple liner lock, it has a pocket clip. So really, this is almost like a blend between a traditional knife and a modern knife, which is pretty interesting. I mean, I could see pretty much any knife nut sort of liking this. Like someone who likes modern knives, oh, well, I can still open it with one hand and it has a clip and it has a lock, and then the traditional person will say, oh, it has a nail nick and it looks kind of like a slip joint, a little bit, sort of. So, I mean, that's interesting. And then you have other, like, sort of these, like this is a Buck Juno, and it's sort of one-hand opening, but, I mean, has a way back lock. I mean, it's not a mid-lock, it's a straight-up back lock. Pin construction, this is almost more of a modern traditional knife, I mean, at least in my opinion, it's more of a two-hand opener. The lock is it's basically sort of like a tactical Buck 110, sort of, or a Buck 112, more or less, size-wise. But, I mean, is either one better? Not in my opinion. I mean, I try and carry both. Like, my EDC on any given day will be like a slip joint like this, and then, like my large Sebenza. That would be an EDC with maybe like a Skyline thrown in there too, just for the fun of it. But mainly these are the mower. Like that's my EDC really. It's just a modern and a traditional. I think they complement each other nicely. You have like I don't want to just carry traditional because you never know when you might need to cut something. You might have. I know, what are the odds, but I mean, if you had your arm trapped or something, you had to cut yourself free, you're screwed with that. With this, you might live. But, on the flip side, that's a very, hypothetical situation. So, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But, like, if I just don't know. I mean, like, for me, it's more of a just-in-case emergency thing that I like to have one of these with me. Because you never know, I mean, I could probably get by with one of those, but I wouldn't feel as comfortable. So that's what it boils down to for me. They're both good, they're just different. And I think they both have a place for everybody. So thanks for watching, guys. And that was another episode of Knife Talk. Requests are welcome. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.